Spectacular Spider-Man is the second best Spider-Man show of all time. Ultimate Spider-Man takes the cake, but y'all ain't ready to hear that conversation because if I do, it's gonna end up looking like this. And we already know you guys are just not ready for that argument yet. But what I can say though is that this by far has the greatest intro out of every one of them, bro. Like, listen to this.
Living on the edge, fighting crime, spinning webs, swinging from the highest ledge. He could leap above my head.
Oh my gosh, that intro is still so tough. I had to cut it off right there because of copyright reasons, though. But I know y'all heard me saying, bro, I might as well be the next Adele.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
But even though this is the second best Spider-Man show of all time, this definitely has the best story. Because I won't lie to you, Ultimate was amazing, but they never really had like a plot that they would always stick to. They'd be like traveling worlds. The multiverse thing was crazy, don't get me wrong. But this one had more of a plot line. Like when Venom pulled up and just started throwing hands with everybody. Or when my nigga Deadpool pulled up in all of his glory, bro. He really popped up and started slashing. That was the first thing we saw, which was fitting for him too, bro. It was just perfect. Or when Scarlet Spider turned on him to unmask him for Doc Ock. That actually stabbed me in the heart, bro. I actually cried. Like, that was actually just painful for me to even just witness as a kid, bro. And the worst part too, bro, was the fact that this man, Doc Ock, has the audacity to ask if you trust your friends with your life. And he's like, yes. And then my nigga Scarlet Spider comes and knees him in the back and pins him down. About to break off his arm. They gave him a whole name. They literally named this man. And then he calls him a punk too, bro. Like, I was actually just in shambles after that whole thing. And he goes to stab him too. And then he goes to unmask my gold, pinned and all. This nigga Pete said, I know you won't do it. And this guy's like, you trying to call my bluff? And rips off his mask, showing it to the ops, the one no-no. Pete's on his knees in despair, and he name drops him too. He might as well gave him the address so they could find up to his house and shoot up Aunt May, bro. My man Peter is in tears, shambles. But this ain't a Ultimate Spider-Man video. This is a Spectacular Spider-Man video. So let me get back on track. My second favorite episode of all time, the Halloween. And Pete was really 200 IQ, bro, because this man really thought to pull up in his costume so that no one would suspect him, and if anybody pulled up, he's ready to go. In the first 10 seconds, he's already getting Rizzy, bro. He's got Liz, Mary Jane, and Gwen. It's a 3-man, and he's the only man there. That is a different type of skill, bro. This guy Flash comes in to be the biggest hater. That's what I like about Flash, man. This guy just never stops hating. He's just like me, for real. I'm waking up real early just to have some extra time to hate on niggas. And I swear this guy Pete has it all when he's in this suit, because he snaps back at Flash too. He's just showing off at this point. And then Goblin throws up the bat signal telling this nigga to pull up immediately. And Pete sees it and he's like, I bet. Leaving the hose behind and all. I'd left Gwen too. Not Liz though. Liz the best one there, but that's just my opinion though. And this show always had the best transitions too, because we see Pete pull up to the function and Silvermane right in tow. And these guys talking about trap, bet. And they still trying to race each other inside. And this guy, Silvermane, kicks down the door for no reason. Like, that was genuinely just extra. And we see this man Hammerhead getting hung over a bucket of boiling lava, bro. And I could never get over the fact that these two had the craziest head shapes, because this man Hammerhead, like that one hammer from Handy Manny. I know y'all see it, bro, because I know I'm not tweaking. As Gobby's at the top of the building cackling somewhere as he throws down bombs trying to make them move, and he gets boiling lava from God knows where and tries to pour it on him. but Spidey, being the great hero that he is, saves his ops and brings them to safety. But you already know Goblin's not letting that slide, as he has to throw Silvermane, and Pete chases after him, but Goblin throws him on a horse ride, if you know what I mean. No Diddy though, and Spidey almost falls into the lava but saves himself by half an inch. And Silvermane is just like me for real, he's going straight to business, and Spider-Man is still out here saving the ops as he stops Goblin, and Silvermane runs to the exit, leaving them to fight by themselves. And Gobby calls his getaway car his glider as he easily breaks out and throws a Batwing at him, stealing Batman's moves and his planning, cause he nukes the whole place in one go as they all try to swing out, and he grabs Spidey by the neck, throwing him onto the building. And Pete starts throwing straight air balls with this attack, bro. Like, who you think you hitting with this? You're not hitting me, you're not hitting him, he's flying. Lock in. And this nigga goes back to stealing other people's moves, because why does he have Batman story thingies, bro? Because I know he's at home sick right now.
Copy my whole fucking flow!
Goblin stays throwing his stuff, and Pete dodges and still gets hit, which, like, what is your spider sense for at that point, as he starts throwing bombs like he a Pakistani or something, no racism. And Pete finally gets one hit in with that weak ass attack, and Goblin instantly retaliates as he starts throwing clingers at this man Pete, bro, like this is Fortnite or something. Pete swinging through the pillars, and Gobby stays stealing Batman's flow, setting traps everywhere and nuking this place like it's about to be the new Call of Duty map. And Pete starts hitting the craziest maneuvers, but Goblin comes up behind and sneaks this man as Gobby tries to run away with this guy like little kids used to do at Kinder Egg surprises. He drops Spidey, trying to make this man take maximum fall damage, as Spidey tries to turn himself into a ball instead of just trying to break out of the candy that he's stuck in, as he falls down the whole building, breaking every single bone in his body during the process as he face plants on metal. But Gobby doesn't care. He said, "We're not done yet," and flies towards him, throwing him another bomb. But Spidey says, "Return to sender," and it bombs this man Gobby right in his face. And explain to me how a superhuman falls from like 3 feet in the air and rolls his ankle and is now hopping away, and this nigga Pete, bro, runs out of webs. You know why? Because of all those air balls he was throwing earlier, as he tries to use his 40-foot vert to try and grab this man Gobby, but misses again.
This nigga is trash!
And since Pete knows where the ops live, this guy pulls up to his house, busts down the door, and sees his friend being diagnosed with autism, because how do you not know how to take off a mask? As he sees his friend Harry, and Norman, the greatest manipulator of all time, is telling him it will never happen again. Little did we know, I knew, because like it's just Norman, that this man was actually the Goblin. And Spidey lets the ops go again. And this is why Jonathan hates him, bro, because he never gets anybody captured or anything done. And for my next favorite episode, we gonna do the one where Peter tried to jump the Sinister Six. So next time we see Peter, he's swinging around the city and shit. And I just think this would be the best part about being Spider-Man. You can just stick to anything and not fall. Because I could not go up there because I'm afraid of heights. You already know, when you're afraid of heights, you're afraid of falling. So just don't go anywhere that you can fall. As he sees the cops going after the Six. And the next time we see Pete, he's getting railed by Rhino, no Diddy. As the Six stay spamming their moves. As Culture Vulture is in the sky, being a menace to black people as he normally is, as Pete tries to punch open his back and it doesn't work. And you already know, when you're outnumbered, you just dip. So he does, and he goes home. So Pete's trying to sleep and regain the health he just lost from that ass whipping, but the symbiote said, "Hell no, F that." He's spinning back right now as he swings to where the Sinister Six are, as Vulture is already there with the chase down, and Pete lands back first on concrete. And you already know Sandman, that snake, is already there with the assist. You best believe, and you best believe it's not just those two bums, as Rhino punches him into a car and Shocker tries to blow it up, and Doc Ock is right there behind, waiting just to slam this man on the ground. And the where they're railing him, bro, you would have thought this is Riley Reid, because there is no reason 6 guys need to pull up on one guy in a suit, bro. especially when y'all got all these extra gadgets to help you. This is just some sad piece of work. And this guy Doc really never shut up, bro, because he's trash talking like he's prime Kevin Garnett, and he's got Pete up in some hentai type hole, bro. Like, what is this? But this man Doc think he won, bro, because he's telling this man Rhino to impale Pete. And Pete's looking up like, who is this nigga? Whose man's is this? As he charges at him, and Pete's like, hell nah, and gets webs out of his armpits and smacks him. Don't even ask me why it's wet. As this dumbass Electro hits both of them, sending his teammate flying backwards. This is looking like 2017 Fortnite with friendly fire right now, bro. It's bad out here. As this man Pete hits the triple weave, falling down, and this guy off just slaps him in the face instead of grabbing him, which gets him grabbed, thrown down, right into his teammate's attack. Friendly fire is going crazy right now. They need to turn this off. And this nigga Electro stays spamming, bro, because he keeps shooting at P, but that gets him and Shocker's head slammed on the pole as Sandman comes with a punch and he's going for the second shot, but Pete's like, oh hell no, as he sees Vulture, and he just says, I'ma just go up, and these guys collide again, making them get more team damage on themselves, bro. All their hit points are on themselves as Rhino picks up the rock that's Peter on and throws it 100 miles away. He should really be in the NFL, but Pete uses the slingshot from Angry Birds and goes right back at him, making it hit Rhino, but you already know he's got that pointy skull. And Electro and Shocker are already back on that spamming timing as Pete, a non-spammer, just aims where he needs to and webs up their guns as he makes them fall and slip. Like, these guys are really Looney Tune characters out here. And Pete and Rhino have a little face off, and Pete's like, bet, come here. And this guy Rhino takes that personally, rams towards him. Pete jumps over, grabs onto his back, webs up his face, and he said, I can count on these guys spamming. So he moves out the way and they blast their own teammate, knocking this man clean the hell out. This man's in disbelief, and these guys are like, oh no. They're like, nah, just keep spamming anyway. Like, these guys looks like some Fortnite players, bruh. Like, when they first added the P90, bro, that shit was horrible. The duo, who shares two brains, finally think of a plan, and Electro flies over to shoot Spidey while Electro stays spamming, but this dummy Electro misses and gets Rhino thrown on top of him as he starts screaming and crying like a little baby, as Shocker still stays spamming, still's missing, and is still not hitting a single shot, because this guy really needs to retire those guns and give them to somebody else, because they are not for him. And since Electro is screaming and crying, nobody can even help him, so he's really just out until Rhino gets up, as Vulture stays watching Spidey hop into the vent, and finally somebody gets a hit in as he drags him across the ground, and Shocker is trying to spam and get a shot as he weaves and makes Shocker miss again as he grabs onto his free plane ticket Vulture as he rides him around, no Diddy, and tries to take off Shocker's head, but instead he goes for Vulture's, making him be unable to fly and getting him in a web, taking off his shoes and using them to throw at Shocker's gun to stop this man from spamming. And notice how he only takes one shot to do this, as he flips and poses for the picture after, but Sandman is trying to sneak this man, but this guy Pete weaves and Shocker shoots a hole through his teammate's chest, and Pete brings him through that hole, making him melt his own teammates. Friendly fire literally killed one of them, and Pete's already there with the kick in the face, taking off his gloves, throwing it at Sandman, making sure he cannot get back up. Shocker actually tries to get a hit in, and it works, but Pete gets sent back too, as him and Shocker get thrown back, taking some damage. And Ock is that guy in the woods, bro, because he lurks and picks up Spidey and starts talking more trash like he's won. So far, bro, this guy's looking like LeBron trash talking during the 3-1 comeback. It just wouldn't make sense as he brings him over to Rhino, because he did promising him impaling, but this guy Electro sells his whole team again and again, because I'm pretty sure he didn't have a brain cell to begin with, but this was a bad moment, bro. He turns up the juice and the juice hits Ock and Spidey. At least he did some damage, but like, bro, and then he turns it off afterwards. Like, he definitely did that on purpose. There's no way. The symbiote got this man Pete posing for a flick, and you already know Doc Ock will not stop trash talking like he's won, as Peter weaves 3 times, but Ock grabs this man, throws him at the pole, but Pete's come back and kicks him straight in the face, making this man look like he's a drunkard at the bar. But this guy Pete actually tries to finish the job, but the police are there to stop him. The one time this man was finna prove Jameson wrong. But hey, it was a firefight regardless. 1v6, and he won that while being asleep. That's a crazy feat. Beating the six strongest villains in your verse while you're asleep. You even know it happened. That's just a crazy ass whooping to take. Me personally, I would never allow that type of disrespect of my enemy not being awake while they're whooping my ass. Hey, you just hang up the cleats right there, bro. Like, it's time to retire. Go home to your family. Do something. That's the end of the video. It's pretty fun. Hope y'all enjoy it, by the way. If you can, would don't really beg, but like, if you guys could like and subscribe, really mean the world to me. Plus, it's free. You can always do it afterwards. Like, you're really just helping out without doing anything except for clicking one red button. But yeah, part two of this video, since I did say I was gonna do 3 of my favorite episodes, is gonna come out like the week after this drops. I don't know when this gonna drop, but the week after this drops, because that episode was so fire. I needed an episode of itself. It's just so exquisite. And plus, I had to like hack Disney Plus so I could do it. So it's gonna take a little bit more. But yeah, what I will beg for is follow the socials, bruh. Like, I don't care if you subscribe like that, which I really do. Like, please still do it. But follow the socials, bruh. Me and my friend are having a race. I gotta beat this man, bro. Plus, all these girls on my school, bro. These guys cannot be beating me in followers like this, bruh. It's low key sad out here. So follow up the socials. They will all be in the description below. But yeah, that's it for this one. I thank you all for watching very, very much. Like, just taking the time out of your day to like watch me try and be funny and try and make you laugh. So yeah, thanks. Stay blessed.